There's a saying in the village, losing one's sight is like losing life. Onchocerciasis, also known as riverblindness, affects 18 million people in Africa, Latin America, and Yemen. The disease is caused by a parasitic worm. The worm is transmitted through the bite of a small black fly that breeds near swift-flowing rivers. Some people are bitten up to 10,000 times a day. The worm lives and matures under the skin of the victim and gives birth to millions and millions of offspring. The movement of these offspring throughout the body causes the initial symptom, the ferocious itching. Sometimes people even use rocks to scratch themselves, and slowly but surely all the scratching destroys the quality of the skin. But ultimately, the worst symptoms of the disease are the loss of vision as the worms affect the eye, and the result is irreversible blindness. In 1975, Merck & Company researchers discovered a highly active antiparasitic agent called ivermectin. Under the name Mectizan, it was cleared for use in humans in 1987 for the treatment of onchocerciasis. The people who needed Mectizan the most were the ones least able to afford the medication. Merck decided to donate Mectizan for as long as needed to fight riverblindness. Helping people gain access to medicine does not begin and end with a free drug. The United Front Against Riverblindness, a non-governmental organization working with the World Health Organization and the Democratic Republic of Congo, was formed to combat this devastating disease in the Kasongo area.
The driving force is the fact that when I look back on the 6 decades of my life, it is quite clear that I have been very fortunate. God has been good to me. So it's only natural that I try to help others who have been much less fortunate. I took an early retirement from Merck so that I can give something back to the Congolese while I still have the energy to do so. United Front Against Riverblindness is an African-inspired US-based tax-exempt charitable organization. Our goal is to secure funds necessary to bring an end to riverblindness in the Kasongo area of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Our other goal is to restore physical and economic well-being to the people in this region through the community-directed treatment with ivermectin strategy, a strategy whereby people in the community are empowered to manage their own health.
I served as a medical missionary for years in Congo near the Kasongo area. When I came to Princeton, I had the pleasure of meeting Daniel, whose father I had known as the bishop of the Methodist Church in Congo. When Daniel told me of his desire to give back to his native country by fighting onchocerciasis, I asked him how I could help, and he asked me to serve on his board. Having served as a doctor in Congo, I knew firsthand what terrible devastation is caused, and I knew how relatively easy it is to prevent. But the biggest challenge is getting the medicine to the people and keeping an accurate record of who received the medicine and when. The roads are few and they're not in very good shape much of the time, and sometimes there isn't even a road. But the people who are accustomed to the challenge, they know how to get around, and they're determined to get the treatment to where it is needed because they know how important it is to their future.
In the villages, these tasks have become the mission of healthcare workers and community-based distributors. These residents of rural villages have taken responsibility for the sustainable community-managed distribution programs. It is critical that everyone take the medication. If some people do and some don't, the disease will never leave the village.
This region is currently served by only 3 hospitals and a few dozen health centers, which must meet the needs of nearly 900,000 people who are at risk of riverblindness. Our goal is to raise $30,000 for this project, and with our funding, we'll be able to bring annual treatments to these people, working with just a small handful of doctors and nurses and about 3,500 community distributors.
It is impossible for any one organization to do it on its own. Partnerships between the WHO, World Bank, and NGOs have played a critical role in funding, distribution, and education to bring the drug to isolated villages and then to educate people as to the real causes of river blindness and the benefits of the medication.
Quite often they're so eager to get the treatment that you couldn't get a newspaper between two people. Their bodies are pressed together like cards in a deck. And you see a woman that's been blind, and she's got 2 or 3 children around her whom she has borne but never seen. She knows what they feel like, but she doesn't know what they look like. And just to have her realize that those kids will never be blind like she is something that's hard to forget.
It has been said that when faced with a great challenge, you must do the thing that you think you cannot do. No one should go blind from onchocerciasis, and with your help, no one will from now on.